Hola, mi gente. Saludos. Bienvenidos. Welcome to another episode of Hoy en Día TV. As per usual, we have another amazing show. Otro episodio que va a ser maravilloso because that's what we're here for. We're here to inspire, enlighten, educate, entertain, and just be here for you all to be that positive beacon of light. Because we know this world is full of negativity. Hay mucha negatividad y we ain't got time for that. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my co-host, Manny Morales. Welcome to the stage.
Hola, mi gente, ¿cómo estamos? How's everybody doing? How are you?
¿Cómo está?
How's your day?
We sit at the same time, huh?
How you been?
You know, I've been great. I've been blessed. For the last week, I've been in Puerto Rico.
Right. How was your vacation? We need to talk about that because I've been following you. Like I've been watching your little stories. I wish I was there. Definitely wish I was there.
I stayed up in the northern part, but I mainly stayed in the Rio Grande area too, and it was beautiful to be close to Holyoke and just to see the ocean, and I just love it. It was so serene, the clear sand. It was truly needed. I needed that, and it's just beautiful to see God's work.
Right. Exactly.
And I see a lot of people that are there, and I feel like a lot of them take it for granted. But people like us that we don't see that every day. It's like, wow.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Most of the time when I go there, I don't go to like a resort. I go to my mom's house. So it's like, it's just the normal everyday. She goes to a little bar down the street. She doesn't really drink, but, just to hang out and listen to them do karaoke. She's done karaoke before. I'm like, because my mom's never been like that. So it's like, Mom, you're doing karaoke? So she'll sing Selena. Selena is like one of her favorite songs. Yeah.
That's amazing because Selena es mexicana, mexicana.
Exactly.
It's okay. Pero ¿qué pasó con Grupo Manía? She just listened to Grupo Manía.
That's old. Yeah, I haven't heard them in a minute. I might have to download.
Believe it or not, I still listen to Grupo Manía, and I know it's old. El discrepo, algo en tu cara me fascina.
My favorite, Frankie Ruiz, is always going to be hands down my favorite.
Oh, really? Which one? ¿Cuál canción?
All of them. Like, all of them. All of them. Ironica, what's that one? There's a bunch of them. I can't remember the names at the moment, but yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Awesome. But you guys have you been, sir? How has Mr. Manny been?
Yeah, it's been crazy. We had talked off camera, but my car was broke down. I had to end up getting another one because I didn't have the time or the money to actually fix it. Mm-hmm. So I still have it, so I'm gonna fix it. It's a long story. We don't have time enough for that. But yeah, I'm blessed. I got a 2024. So, I had a 2013 before.
Well, look at God. Look at God blessing you.
Exactly. So like the devil was trying, but he wasn't successful. So, and I didn't let the negativity get to me. Like when the car broke down, I was like, all right, so what are we gonna do now? Instead of be like, what am I gonna do now? You see the difference?
Yep.
You see the difference in the tone. Okay, what are we gonna do now? Instead of what am I gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? Like that second one is really negative, and I try to stay away from that. So,
and that's good because listening to you, I hear that because you stayed positive, you had a positive outcome.
Right. Exactly. And I needed it because the fashion show's next Saturday. So, it's a Fast and Furious 5, I think it's 5. I know it's Fast and Furious. Coordinated by Captivating Events. Shout out to them. Going to Orlando. Me and Yes Danilko are gonna be in the Airbnb. We're doing photo shoots in the Airbnb and stuff like that. So we're gonna stay till Sunday morning and come back. So get away from Jacksonville a little bit in my job. Break the monotony somewhat.
Absolutely. So, you're gonna have a really action-packed weekend. So we're gonna hear a lot about it. So is this weekend or next weekend?
Next weekend. Next Saturday. Yeah, okay. On the 2nd.
On the 2nd. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's going to be, so we're definitely going to hear about it.
Yes,
And
of course.
all
Of
the
course.
juice.
Yes,
De lo que pasó.
of course.
Amazing. So we have another amazing guest as per usual in
Yes.
today's show. We actually have two
Right.
amazing guests that I'm excited to bring on. And so the main individual we're talking to, this individual was born in Massachusetts of Puerto Rican descent
Mhm.
and recently retired after 21 years in the military.
That's a long time
And
to commit yourself to the military.
absolutely.
And we
And
appreciate your service, by the way.
yes, thank you.
Yes.
Saludos. Thank you for your service. And so I'm going to say his name. Hector is a
Right.
proud single dad of an amazing 16-year-old son who's named Nicholas, and he's also here with us today. And
Right.
together we've been boxing and coaching for the past 2 years. Currently, Hector coaches for the Harnett County Sheriff's Office PAL program that helps support at-risk youth and build a stronger community.
That is amazing. Like that
That's
is not only is he a single dad taking up the reins and just, being there for his son, he's giving back to the community, which is showing his son how to be a better person, what I'm saying, and not be selfish and only think of himself, because there's other people less fortunate than, we are or he is. And just, I feel like, in my opinion, giving back to your community kind of humbles you and shows you that, everything that I have can be taken away and I could be in that same situation. So I definitely, commend him.
That's definitely good food for thought, Manny. I agree. People don't realize that as easy as things come, God can show us a lesson, or even karma. I believe in the law of karma. When you do good, good comes. When you do
Right,
bad, that's what's gonna happen.
right.
Right.
Very bad.
So right. So I definitely salute Hector and Nicholas for what they do. And so I'm going to bring him on without further ado. Welcome to
Right.
the show, Hector Rivera and Nicholas Rivera. Welcome.
Bendiciones, bendiciones. How's it
Bueno,
going, fellas?
oh,
Bienvenidos. ¿Cómo están? How are we? How are you?
oh, we're doing good. We're doing well. What
Good.
about
What's
yourself?
going on, Nick?
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going pretty good. How's it going with you guys?
Good. We're doing good. We're
Beautiful.
definitely happy to have you on. Um, and we can't wait to hear y'all story, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Definitely
I'm
hear y'all
definitely
story.
excited to have you all on. So
Yeah.
tell us, who is Nicholas and who is Hector? Whoever wants to go first.
Right.
Well,
Well, let's do the dad first, because
Your
he's
dad?
the
Okay, let's
one.
do the
Yeah, he's the one that produced the offspring. Yeah. So let's
good
talk
thought.
about
Good
let's
thought.
talk about the dad first.
All right, so like you said, my name is Hector. I was born in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Um, I served in the Army 21 years. Officially, October 1st was my retirement day.
Oh wow.
So it was
What branch of
great.
the military?
Army.
Okay, cool.
Then from there, been 2 years, like you said, been coaching.
Hmm.
Um, Nicholas and I have been together, coach in the gym for 2 years, 6 days a week, working hard. Um, Now we're he's taking a little break. Eventually, I'm going to take a little break, and then we'll get back at it again
All
hard.
right, that's cool. That's cool. So, what made you want to join the military? Like, what's the story behind Hector? Like, what Massachusetts? Like, that's a difficult place to live. Because I was born in Philadelphia, bro. Like, I understand how difficult living in the city is. Not only do you have to worry about the kids in school, but the kids in the neighborhood as well, and just everything. Like, the city is getting a lot rougher than it was when I was a kid. So, why the military?
Honestly, the it was always a like I always wanted to do it.
Okay.
Um, I actually wanted to join the Air Force.
Mm,
So that was
okay.
kind of like I wanted to become a pilot and do all that, but they were taking a little bit too long because everybody was trying to join the Air Force. Because to be honest, the Air Force is the way to go.
Right.
Lifestyle. wise. You know, they get
Right.
all the money, they get all that stuff. So as I was waiting, the army recruiter was like right there, ready for. I was like, oh, I don't want to wait no more. I want to start my life. I want to start moving forward. I want to start, start my career, and that's how I joined the military. There's no originally the job that I went for. Something happened to where I wasn't able to get to it, which was a Cav Scout. They're the recon guys. They go first, and then from there ended up as a logistician instead, which doing logistics, which to me everything like you were saying earlier, God plays a role in everything. So I think everything lined up exactly like it was supposed to be. Because if not, I wouldn't be right here right now.
Right.
So
That's amazing. Yeah, so thank you for your service, Hector. We really appreciate that. I know it's not easy, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of things that has impacted your life. How did you get into the world of boxing? I'm curious to know about that story.
That was gonna be my next question, but yes, I knew she was gonna ask. That's why I didn't say it because I knew she was gonna ask. I could read her mind from here.
you guys are in sync, huh?
Right, exactly.
We worked together long enough.
Exactly.
So I actually boxed amateur. I know this is gonna age me a little bit. 1999 through 2001. I
Oh
was in
yeah.
school, so I boxed. I did about 2 years, and then from there, that's when I joined. At that age, trying to work, chasing girls, so I left it.
Right. Right.
Then fast forward, Nicholas has been. He's one of those kids that he wants to stay active. He wants to get him. He wants to explore things, and
Right.
we tried so many martial arts. From jiu-jitsu, judo, taekwondo, a little kickboxing. But the boxing was calling him, I would say, because he wanted to punch, he wanted to strike.
Mm-hmm.
So he found the gym, and I went with him, and we checked it out. I was like, let's go ahead and let's do it. But I told him, I'm not gonna sit there and watch you. I'm gonna go train too, because
That's what's up.
boxing is a great sport to get in shape.
Right.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, oh yeah, I believe it.
And so then I wouldn't say about a month or two, uh, it seemed like they needed help in the gym, so I volunteered to start coaching.
Okay. That's cool.
That is awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I think not to cut you off, yes, but I think his activeness comes from the fact that you're raising him and you're an active father. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he wouldn't be active if his mom was raising him, but I think it's more it gives him more motivation to be more active because he got his dad and he could be rough with his dad instead of his mom, gentle and whatnot. So I think that's where the activity comes in, and then you just wanting to be a part of it instead of just watching him, it kind of motivates him as well. That's my opinion, but we'll hear
Well,
from you in a little bit.
yeah, I was gonna say I want to ask Nick that too. Like Nick, out of all the things that your dad said you've tried different sports activities, what made you or motivated you to gravitate towards the boxing world? Was it because of your dad's influence?
I've done a lot of martial arts in the past. Like I did taekwondo for I don't know how long, and I've tried a lot of sports, but like football, for example, I did that for like maybe 6 years. I did it for a long time. But then I stopped, and then I did chess too. I went to nationals for
Oh,
the team.
really?
Yeah.
Wepa!
That
Look at you. Okay.
yes, that is a mental game.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah,
Yes.
not good
Yeah.
anymore. But,
It's just like riding a bike, bro. You never forget. Like you get rusty, but once you get back into it, you're okay. I remember this. You know what I'm saying? And then you just get better. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
that's a mental game. That shows that you have a mental capacity higher than a lot of the kids these days. Like you're
Mhm.
mentally stronger and advanced. Especially wanting to do chess because a lot of kids can't sit still long enough to even play checkers.
Well,
That's awesome. That's
yeah. And
definitely awesome.
And I also have ADHD too, so a lot of stuff like it's hard to sit still, but
Mm-hmm.
whenever like my brain's busy, I'm able to just sit still, focus, and that helps a lot.
All right. That's
That
awesome.
I went to one of his competition. He actually you were there for like an hour for against a kid because they were going back and forth at it during for the chess. They were going back and forth, and I can just imagine he was tired, mentally tired.
Mm-hmm. But that's
Man,
awesome.
right. I can only imagine. So, Hector, while you were raising Nicholas, what were some of the things that you would do with him to help motivate him to get into these different activities? Because nowadays I've come across kids where you try to motivate them and they're just like, nah, I want to be in my cell phone. I want to talk to so and so. I want to
Right.
be in my room. So, what did you do differently as a parent to break him out of that cycle?
Honestly, I think a lot of it had to because when I grew up, I didn't have a lot of the opportunities. My mom struggled trying to take care of us.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hard. She was had a hard time with everything going on, and then now I was able to provide whatever I feel. I was financially well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so anything he wanted to try, I jumped on it.
All
Like
right.
the way he started chess, we went to this thing and chess was there. It's like, you want to try it? And it's like, sure. And that's how it went. Football, same thing. I want to play football, Dad. Okay, I did it. Anything he wanted to do, I was there, and because I financially could, because some of the stuff is expensive.
Right.
Right.
So, or if we just tried everything. Like he is a very active kid mentally, and you got to stimulate his mind because he'll get bored
Mhm.
easily. But he's just one of those kids that like he wants to try. He wants to explore. Honestly, like explore, try new things, and so
That's
that's I
awesome.
think
So,
that I think that's the biggest thing. And I can't, just his mom was there for, his mom has been there. Like I can't take away anything from his mom.
right.
His mom and I, we have a pretty decent relationship. When it comes to Nicholas, so she's been part of that until her and I split up. So I don't
Right.
want to take away any credibility from his mom either.
All right.
Absolutely. And that's
So,
that's beautiful that you mentioned that.
all right.
Minnie,
How
go
did?
ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yes.
No, no, no. Go ahead. No, that was just to say. Go ahead.
Oh, how did you mentally prepare yourself to be a single dad? Like, um, I'm not saying men aren't strong to be single parents, but like women do a little bit, like they take on the challenge because they have to. And I'm not saying that us men don't have to, but like, how did you mentally prepare yourself to be like, okay, I'm gonna be with this kid 24/7 by myself? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you mentally prepare for that? And I mean, I know the military mentality kind of helped, but I just wanted to hear from you to see how you mentally prepared yourself for just to be a single dad. You
There's no book for it. So,
know.
it was honestly, it was something that, and I want to thank my mom because if it wasn't for my mom, because she moved down to North Carolina for 6 months to help me out.
Oh wow! Shout
Yeah,
out to mom.
so if it wasn't for her, I couldn't keep him because I was traveling for work. I was gone
All right.
so much, and this was 2019. My mom moved November 2019, helped me out, and then COVID happened.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
So we're dealing with me, and then at the same time, I had to go to Tampa for work. I was there for
Mm-hmm.
4 months, so my mom was helping me. So I always make sure he was good. I don't want to say like there's mistakes done left and right. There's experience. Honestly, I just make sure from my past experience that I learned um, how my father was with me. I didn't want to do that, but I
All right.
learned from those mistakes. I didn't carry on and linger with those
All right.
things. So I wanted to be better, and that's one thing that I tell him: be better than me,
All right.
because that's that mentality that I had, But honestly, I think it was just go go go, and it just I can't really tell you how mentally, because I didn't even think. I just did it.
Right.
I just wanted to
Right.
make sure my son was good, and
That's awesome. That's awesome. Shout out to you because there's a lot of dads out there that don't even care about their kids, you know,
Right.
and they just continue to produce children and they don't care about them, you know, and they're not in jail. Some of them are, but then some of them aren't, and they don't even, you know, how's my kid doing, or, you know, can I have my kid, or here goes some money to help with, you know, expenses, because even though you're paying child support isn't enough. Like when I, you know, me and my kid's mom separated, she would get child support, but whenever she's like, "Look, I need this, that, and the third," I'd straight cash out it to her because I know that what they're taking is not enough.
yeah.
We had two kids, you know, so
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely
But
not.
I think the big thing with child support, it's it really, to me, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's needed.
Hmm.
Um, I just think it takes away from the relationship from the parent and the
Right.
parents, because if just say father Nicholas was with his mom, and or just I'm just an example, and I didn't pay my child support, guess what's gonna happen? She's gonna tell me
Oh,
you can't see him.
all right.
So I think the money aspect of it can become an issue. I'm not saying it's not needed. It is, but I think the most important part in a kid's life is both parents being there.
Right.
Mhm.
Well,
Regardless if the parents are together, they're both at least supportive of the child and being there for the kids.
right. I agree. I agree.
Wow. So, Nicholas, with so much going on and technology around us, a lot of youth and teens feeling the peer pressures of what they see on social media. How do you deal or interact with peer pressure in general?
Um, like honestly, it's just I don't go into it because it's just not cool. Like a lot of that stuff, like vaping, for example, that's
Hmm.
I don't know why I don't even know why people do that, but like, and it's also easier like having other people to like see like my dad, for example, him again,
Hmm.
like how he raised me. It's just like yeah, I don't really know how to explain it, but just having people to look at.
Okay, that's awesome. So, how would you say your dad's role and influence in your life has been? I mean, I feel like it's been positive, but would you agree that it has been a positive for you?
Right.
Uh, yeah, yeah, because he pushes me a lot.
Good.
Nah, nah,
Oh, oh, we got them.
Somebody hit the button.
Oh, they're
Everybody.
back.
But look.
There they are.
Oh, there they
It's
go.
okay.
no, but he has really influenced my life and showed me a lot and allowed me to do great things and pushed me to keep going. Like boxing,
Hmm.
there's been a lot of times that like I don't want to go or but because he's going and like I know I should go. I don't want to let him down and know that I'm letting myself down. So that really pushes me
Right.
to do that kind of stuff even if I don't want to.
Right. That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, do you have the relationship with your father where you could talk to him about anything, like anything that comes up, girls, sex, anything? You know, I mean, I know you're only 16, but like, um, the way that the world is now and school is like, there's 11-year-olds, they're already having sex. Like, you know, that peer pressure that Jesse was talking about, like from girls, because you're a handsome kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you got a bunch of girls trying to holler at you at school, plus you're Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're you know, so like how do you deal with that? Are you one of those, because there's a lot of kids out there that don't speak to, they keep it internal, or do you
Right.
like really talk to your dad about it, you know?
Uh I do talk to my dad, but sometimes I don't because I like to either deal with stuff on my own. But
Okay.
like whenever I
Mm.
have no one to talk to, I have him. He's really the only person I do have to talk to.
Right.
And but there are some things that I can deal with on my own, that I don't need help with. But a lot of stuff I can go to him and just ask anything. I know that he'll be cool and he'll guide me through it.
All right. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's been through, especially coming from Massachusetts. Like, you've been through a lot, bro. I could tell. Like, we,
I
you've gone
would
the
say
war streets.
I was that kid in the. I was more of the. I was friendly with everybody.
Right.
So like I want to say I was that great kid. Like I was friends with everybody. Like I was friends with the geeks. I was friends with the sports guy because I used to play football too. I used to
Okay.
play football, so I was friendly with everybody. So, but I saw things like I didn't get involved with the gangs. I didn't get involved like selling dope or anything like, but I was around it like because my friends would do it.
Right. Right.
So, but seeing like and being around it, it's tough because you got the peer pressure,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Exactly.
peer pressure does affect. And my mom was the ass whooper. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can curse. Sorry.
No,
You're
you're
good.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
They should use the chancla, la chancla, la correa.
I don't want to speak
No,
on
you're
what she
good.
used.
You don't have. Yeah, yeah.
It bring back
You don't have to say.
flashbacks. Yeah, my mom, she would grab anything, chancla, follow. It didn't matter. Whatever was close. Straight up.
She'll deny it now, though. She'll deny it
Yeah.
now.
But she lives in Puerto Rico, so she's too far to hit me now. Unless she come at chancla. That chancla has some distance on it.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
No, but I wanted to make so mom was tough. She was tough when it came to us make because she wanted to make sure we were good kids, you know. And
Right.
like most Puerto Rican moms, you know, image like you come in this house, you better look like you. We go visit people, you better act right.
Right.
And that was mom. Mom always made sure, you know, go plancha your camisa, make sure you iron, you look good. Even though you don't have much, she wanted to make sure you look good. So I give a lot of praise to my mother. Like I'm pretty close to my mom. You know, that's when her and we have a bond that um, it can't be explained. You know, so it's kind of like it gets a lot of time it gets you a little emotional because
Right.
my mom and I we've seen things, we've been things together. You know, I've always been there, and she would always that's my rock. You know, any issues I have, even though if I get mad at her or something, like we'll go one day without talking, but we practically try to talk every day, at least in the mornings when I drop them off at school. So I would say she influenced a lot of the behavior, and me being the older, I'm the oldest,
Okay.
so being the
Okay.
oldest of three, you know that right there kind of also shifted the way I am.
That's amazing. Saludos to Doña Carmen Rodriguez Roche.
Definitely
Yes,
commenting a lot. Your mom is definitely putting 2 cents.
yes, yeah. She raised you good. I mean, hey, look at where you are now, and look at where your son is, because a
Yes.
lot of those influences and the way she raised you that helped motivate and influence who you are today, which is a beautiful thing. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. And while I was listening to everybody, chat, I did a quick research here, and it's interesting because as of 2023, according to the Center for American Progress.org, the U.S. was home to about 7.3 million single mother homes, which means that more than 4 in 5 of all single parents, that's what that 7.3 million is. And then from there, it shows that 23% of our population is of single mothers, compared to only 4% that are of single fathers. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe it.
It's just
It's hard. It's
hmm
hard for a man to get a. Um, things are changing now. Honestly, what's crazy, I think now for the last year or two, I've seen men step up. Like I've seen it in this area. When I was in Kentucky, like men stepping up, taking care of their kids, and it's great to see that.
right. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the men that aren't taking care of their kids, either they're on drugs, in jail, or just don't care. Like they also
Mhm.
have mental issues that they're dealing with, and they can't fathom themselves taking care of a child. But there are some dads out there, and it's not as prevalent as single moms, so that's why we don't hear about it. But there are definitely single dads out there that don't really want the recognition. They just being a single dad. They know they have to raise their child, and I mean, if it weren't for the fact that God put you in Yes's path, we wouldn't know about you either. But it's amazing what you're doing, bro. It's definitely amazing.
Nah,
Absolutely.
I'm still stuck on the chess, bro. Like you are right, bro. Like chess, that is difficult. I've played chess, and to be in tournaments, I'm not even that good, man. For real.
Thank you
I,
for admitting that, Manny.
Yes, yes. We are transparent in Hoy en Día TV.
Absolutely. Exactamente.
Yes.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. So I had the honor of meeting Hector and Nick last October, actually, for a boxing charity event hosted by Steve Gunter. So shout out to Steve Gunter Holmes. Um, and when I saw them, I was like, wow, they're amazing. And I was like, ding, invite them to Hoy en Dia. And look at
Right.
that. A year later, here we are. Hoy en
Right.
Dia te
yeah.
ves.
Awesome.
Yes.
It's
Thank you.
almost a year. Like it's funny because how iPhones. I don't know if you got an iPhone, but sometimes they'll just pop random pictures up. And today it popped a picture that we took. That time I had two fighters that fought in
Mhm.
that, yeah, and the picture with you, Nicholas, and the other kid, Lewis, and
Yep.
then I don't remember the other lady, but that picture popped up today. It's like, see, everything's lining up. See,
Exactly. That's God's work,
¿No?
man.
Eso
That's
fue
God.
Papito Dios.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
Like
definitely.
my abuelita always says, Dios siempre obra.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
see, siempre. So,
So tell me. So I'm excited to know more about the boxing. So when you get in there, cómo es la práctica? How long does it take you to practice? How do what do you do to prepare mentally? Things like that. What's in the world of boxing? Because I'm not a boxer, so I have no clue. Do you leave the gym like sore? Like, do you have to put icy hot and ice packs on? Like, how does it all work?
you talking about Nicholas or coaching
Los
wise?
dos, los
Both of
dos.
y'all.
Uh, I'll start with the coaching aspect of it, and then I'll let Nicholas talk about the fighting. So
Okay.
before Nicholas, we went to that gym. I didn't coach boxing. I just
Mhm.
boxed. So coaching and
Okay.
boxing is two different things. And once I volunteered to box, I studied. I'm talking about I bought books,
Mhm.
um, read books, freaking YouTube, started picking people's brains, making phone calls. Let me tell you, it's a hard sport to coach, and because and finding good mentors,
Okay.
because not everybody don't want to share. Like that's one thing. It's like, oh, I'm successful. I don't want to give the tool away because then you'll make your fighter better than me. So
Wow.
it's a tough way to find a mentor. So I had to watch YouTube, read a lot about the strength and conditioning, and
Mhm.
and there was trials and arrows because at first the first year I was coaching with the gym that you saw when we were there. Um,
Mhm.
then after that, January this year, I started coaching at Harnett County, which I was the head coach. So now I have to develop the programs. I got to develop the training. And let me tell you that was an interesting because I had to learn balance. A lot of times we trying to get these kids strong. We focus so much on strength and conditioning, but we
Mhm.
forget about the actual boxing part of it,
Right.
which boxing in itself, punching the bag, shadow boxing, all that is conditioning in itself. So in the beginning, I did have some rough trying to figure it out. And it sucked because they're my guinea pigs. Him, another my boxers, Danny, a kid named Danny, and then Holden and Kid Day Day. They went through the gauntlet. So the way I plan now is, we do 2 hours. The first hour is focused just strength and conditioning. So I'll have them running. I'll have them doing circuits. and then the next hour is shadow boxing, hit the bag, and then or sometimes we'll do partner drills. So, but it's constantly evolving because every 4 to 6 weeks I'm changing the program just to
That's
keep
good.
it different. Especially in exercise, when you do strength and conditioning, you don't want to keep doing the same exercises for 4 to 6 weeks because your body will plateau. So, but yeah, just studying and preparing and also seeing what kids can do, or even if they can't do it, push them. It's a lot of trying to. The biggest part about coaching is pushing the kids to past their limits, because some of the kids, I've dealt with autistic kids, coached some autistic kids, and boxing is amazing. One of the kids' coach, dad, came up to me, shook my hand, and thanked me so much because he was going to the doctors and his equilibrium and everything. He couldn't like stand in one leg and everything. Since he started boxing, now he's able to stand straight. He's able to move, walk in a line. Because he messed up his head too. He had a head injury.
Wow.
So the impact in boxing for the autistics, just any type of kid with mental issues, boxing is a great sport for them to find confidence. Because I just had a fighter fight last week, Saturday, and he started with me in January. And he was one of those kids like, we're here, and he's in the other side of the corner by himself. And then
Ah,
eventually he started building and started getting closer and then joking. So it's also a confidence builder.
yeah,
So,
that's
but I'll
awesome.
pass it. I'll pass it to Nick to tell you
Great.
about the gauntlet.
Yeah.
So, uh, being a boxer, like leaving the gym every day, like it's a lifestyle, like a big sacrifice. Leaving the gym every day at
Mhm.
like 7, 8 o'clock. Like we used to at our old gym, we used to leave at 8:30, get home at like 9, eat dinner, then go to bed. And even like in this gym, 7 like leave at 7:30, come back, and that's just a big sacrifice. And
Hmm.
wake having to wake up early for school as well. That sucks, but I do like going into the gym though. It's really fun. Like it's really fun pushing yourself, and then the workouts he makes are they're pretty tough. It like there's I'm sore the first week, but after that I'm not it's not as bad. But every time you get some new workouts, you're gonna be sore.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'd say that part kind of sucks being sore. 'Cause I hate those.
No.
I'll take a hot bath, but with some Epsom salt and everything. But
Mhm.
I
Okay,
don't.
cool. Do you take like any special milkshakes, like muscle shakes, or I'm not quite sure what the proper term is for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take some protein shakes sometimes, and a
Hmm.
lot of times I'll just eat a lot of protein.
Okay.
And
Okay, awesome. So looking towards your future, is boxing something that you want to continue to pursue and make a career where you get paid, or what are your future endeavors? Do you have anything in mind yet?
as for boxing, I don't think I want to go professional because
Okay.
I've wanted to before, but it's super risky because whenever you start off pro, you have to pay for your fights.
Hmm.
Oh
So you
wow.
get paid. So you have to pay for your fights whenever you start getting pro, and then you keep getting more fights, and then maybe you start getting paid. And there's only like maybe 3% of fighters that make a good salary, and that's those top
Mhm.
fighters that you hear. So it's it's a future where you can get hurt too. Like you can. There's a lot of people that have been killed in boxing, and
Yeah.
and there's less than amateurs too. So it's a dangerous sport. So
Right.
having that long term, I don't know if I want that in my future. But it's not completely off the table. But I'm not looking at it for a future. But I'm not 100% sure for what I want to do. I'm liking photography. Maybe I could do something
Mhm.
with that.
Hmm.
That's with boxing, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm still looking into it.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned photography because Manny was mentioning it offline. So tell us more about that. How did you get acquainted or get started in the photography world? What
Right.
what
So,
sparked your interest?
so my uncle is a photographer, and
Ah,
Mm.
okay.
he's
What's his name? So you can shout him out.
uh
Shameless plug.
name's Anthony Rivera,
Okay.
and
Shout out to Anthony.
he's a really good photographer.
Cool.
And whenever he came over one time, he brought his camera and I tried it out, and I mean it was cool. Like I've always liked taking pictures, like with my phone,
Mm.
but I just thought that was really cool. So uh, for a while, like we were thinking about it, and we just picked up a $300 camera at a pawn shop, and to try it
Just
out.
$300.
Not
Yeah,
just
just $300. It's
not
nothing.
no,
Rolling.
did a lot of stuff, doing a lot of stuff, and I was really liking it a lot, and just having and
Good.
it may have not been like it's probably a little better than a phone, but it's a way older camera, so it's not as good. But just having a camera really motivates you to go take pictures. That's what it's for. And
Right.
after that, I just really liked it, and I've been making sure to not try and burn out. So I've been making sure because one thing that happens with me a lot is I'll find the hobby and I'll be watching it every day, trying to do as much of it as I can. And like a couple weeks later, I'm burnt out because that's all I've been doing,
Mm.
and I'll quit it. But I don't want to do that for photography, so I'm trying to make sure not to burn out with that.
Okay. So what do you like taking pictures of? Like nature, um, people, places? Like what specifically, or is it just random?
Uh, I do like taking pictures of a lot of stuff, like a lot of different stuff, like pictures of people
Hmm.
and a lot of stuff. I even took a few boxing pictures of people in fights, but I do really like street photography. And that's where you go out on the street and just take pictures of like moments and how you see
Hmm.
the world.
Right.
But I'm not I'm not closing my view just for that because I like shooting anything that I see, anything that looks nice. But I do really like street photography.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm still stuck on the chess, bro. Like chess, man. Like,
Bingo.
and you said you did competitions, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of trophies and medals, but like the two tournaments that really stuck with me were of course nationals. We didn't win because it was a group thing. I think
Right.
I did the best on my team. Uh, but I don't think we did as good. But and then the other one that sticks with me is a tournament I actually won. It was one where only one person could win,
Hmm.
and I actually went against people on my own team. But that really stuck with me because it was the first time I won like a whole thing,
Cool.
and yeah, I really liked it. But now that we moved to North Carolina, like whenever we moved, they didn't have a chess program,
Mm.
so I started to kind of lose that, and I still know how to play, but I'm not as good as I used to be.
Yeah, you could be the Puerto Rican Bobby Fischer. You know who Bobby Fischer is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're definitely a chess player if you know who Bobby Fischer is.
That is awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, Nick. You have a definitely good head on your shoulders, and I salute your family, your mom, your dad, your abuelita, all those that play a factor in your life because you're a good kid, and I'm proud of you. As
Thank
that's amazing. Keep up the good work.
thank you.
Definitely, definitely. So what's in the future for y'all? Like more training? Like what?
So right now, Nicholas taking a break
Right.
from boxing. I think it's been
Mhm.
about 2 to 3, two. We're probably in our third week
Of what?
resting.
Highlight.
I don't know because he every time I can't really call it resting because he's every time he's at home he's over here moving and
Boxing,
it's
right.
still stuck in him.
Hmm.
But
Highlight.
I think this year I think this week I'm gonna my last. Next week's gonna be kind of my last week because all I do is volunteer. It's volunteer, so
Mm-hmm.
looking at potentially taking a break myself, get a
Mhm.
mental break, because we were going hard, 6 days a week, and then we were traveling from South Carolina, going sparring. We would go to different gyms all over North Carolina, sparring. So we were constantly on the road. So I think we're gonna take a break and then visit family for Thanksgiving, and then we'll see from there. We're kind of just going with the flow right now, but I'll be back. We'll be back in the gym, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe in a month or maybe the beginning of next year, but we'll be back just to recharge and start going because
All right.
like he said, it's a lifestyle. Boxing is a
Mhm.
lifestyle, is a commitment from people don't realize like boxing it's not you're not just physically, mentally, and I think that's what makes him successful because the mental side of it. Boxing is more mental, honestly. You
All
can
right.
work
Mhm.
out all day long and all this, but if you don't have this or this, it's you can't you won't be successful. And then one thing he hates the most is weight cutting. You know, the week before the
Ah.
fight week, the
Mm-hmm.
cutting weight.
Mm.
Um,
Stop eating all the
he
good things.
Yeah, and a lot of kids like that's one thing that they struggle with is weight cutting because one, kids are still growing. I want to say in what three, he went like from 5'4" probably was it to 5'6", 5'7" probably right now within like two
Wow.
three just like that.
All right.
So it's like so that's weight, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So but he
Right.
had because there's a part where we cut salt from like
Ooh.
Wednesday through Friday, and he hates that part because there's no flavor.
Right.
Está
Wow.
sosa. La comida está sosa.
Esta salsa, yeah.
I just hated eating the same thing every day. It was always chicken, broccoli, or green beans,
Mhm.
and
Huh?
rice. And I love rice, but
Mhm.
it wasn't much, and it kept going down. And then the final day, you get none of final 2 days, I think. So,
Yeah.
Not even
Well,
the Wheaties? You can't even eat Wheaties? Nothing?
mm-mm.
No,
nah.
it's
Red
it's a
meat is. Go
it's a
ahead.
science.
All
It's
right.
a
Yeah,
science
chicken and fish is a lot more cleaner than red meat. That's why they don't eat a lot of red meat.
because when you're training, right, carbs
Mhm.
you want to eat carbs. As a boxer, you want to eat carbs, but good carbs like
Right.
white rice. You can eat sweet potatoes, complex carbs. But when you
Mhm.
start going to cutting, you start cutting the rice. You start adding more protein,
Mhm.
um, and then you can eat vegetables because greens don't really have much carbs. It's
Mhm.
just the problem with those veggies is the water. So a lot of weight you see in boxing cut is water weight to make weight.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's drinking a gallon of water, a gallon or two, a gallon and a half of water for a whole like every day, and then he goes to school, so
Mhm.
they don't really let him go pee every 5 seconds. So it's tough.
It's a challenge. It's definitely
Yeah,
a challenge.
Wow.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Nick, I salute you, boy. You're doing good. You and your daddy.
Right. All right. That's
I
Uh,
wild.
try to eat what I could, but sometimes I'd be sneaking little something on the side. But yeah,
That's so funny. So Hector, I want to circle back. So you mentioned the Harnett County Sheriff's Office PAL program, which helps to at-risk youth, right, and build stronger
hmm
communities.
yep.
So is that a program that's like free to the public, or people have to pay, or how do people sign up if they're interested in working with you in that program?
So the program is ran by Sheriff Mark Hornsby. He's the director.
Okay.
So the program is amazing. So it has boxing. They also do wrestling.
Hmm.
Oh,
They have
okay.
tutoring. So and then he's always doing these events. He's actually doing an event November 2nd to raise money for the program. So
Okay.
when the kids go there, it's a free program.
Mhm.
They even give them the gloves, everything. They give them everything they need. There's nothing financially coming out of the parents' pockets,
All right.
Okay.
and so it's a program that supports the community, and then he does big like cookouts and stuff, and it's all one thing about Mark. He says, yeah, boxing is cool, but I care more about the kids than boxing, you know.
That's awesome.
So he rather he if boxing is always going to be second, or wrestling is always going to be second, the kid is going to be number one. So
Right.
that's the main focus when you go there. And kids, parents just go there. They got to fill out this document just to show who they are and show financial. I think there's financial part on it, but other than
Okay.
that, they just come in and start, and you'll introduce to the coaches, and that's how they go.
That's awesome.
So tell us more about this event for those who are listening that may want to go and support. You said it's on the 2nd of November, so it's coming up in a couple weeks. Where is it at?
So it's in Harnett County Middle School.
Okay.
It's in Lillington, North Carolina,
Okay.
and it's called the Battle of the Badges. So it's pretty much they're gonna have amateur boxing, but they're also gonna have the firefighters, the sheriffs competing boxing against each other, like smoke.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So and they're gonna
Okay.
have like big gloves. They're gonna the gigantic gloves. People are gonna be boxing with them too. Just to this is to bring more money for the program.
Yeah,
And
fundraising. Mhm.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. So I'll put a flyer up on my Instagram like that, so you guys can see it, and you
Okay.
guys can swing by and check it out. I know you're in Florida, and
Yeah. Yeah.
so I can put it out there, and it's gonna be pretty cool. We thought we had a fighter, but he's not gonna fight for us. But I'll be there to support the show.
I was
Cool.
going to ask you, are you going to get up there and put them gloves on?
Right.
I was joking around it, but I don't want all of a sudden, like, if I have a bad day, I don't want the kids to be like, damn, coach got beat up, he's teaching me. I'm not gonna let it happen. I'll cheat. But you don't want to you don't want to have that.
Are you doing an exhibition match, Nick, or you're just? Are they doing an exhibition match with y'all, the kids?
Nah.
No.
No.
I'm
Nick
probably
is like,
not, I'm probably not gonna fight for a little bit because I've been taking a break for a while. I gotta get back into shape and
Okay.
because I was planning on going to nationals in December, but that's probably not gonna happen. So I'll probably go because they got nationals in June, July. I'll probably go then. But yeah,
We're definitely gonna have to do a part 2, which y'all got.
absolutely.
Yeah, and anytime.
Yeah.
No, this is a good program, and there's a lot of programs out there. I supported. There's this program called SWATs. Can't remember what it stands for. It's also for kids that they've been in jail, or like young kids. And one of the guys, he asked us actually to go again. Nicholas and I, we went over there and spoke to the kids about boxing, how hard, and working to kind of motivate them to to want to box. And it was a fun experience for both of us to see kids like actually, and and if you look at Nicholas, you look at him like he can't fight, he can't, he's those kids were probably sizing him up.
Right.
So I put the mitts up and he started hitting them. They're like, whoa, like, nah.
Yeah, he's a good boxer. I saw him box. He's a good boxer. He did his thing. Yep.
during that
I remember.
I was trash. I'm not gonna lie.
He's grown a lot from that, but I think once he's rested and gets back to it, you'll see something different, I believe.
Right. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Manny, did you have any final questions for them before we transition to the last minute words?
No, I'm just really proud of both of them for just not only is Hector motivating Nicholas, but Nicholas is motivating Hector.
Yep.
He might not know it, but he's motivating him because he's not just one of those lazy kids. He's doing so many things, and that puts pride in a father, because I'm a dad, and in my opinion, it keeps Hector motivated to continue to do things with him, because
Absolutely.
that builds that bond, and I'm just proud of both of y'all, straight up. Like, chess, man.
No, we appreciate it. We really
Yeah.
appreciate that. No,
Amazing.
he is a kid that you you gotta go out, you gotta be on the go. Don't get me wrong, sometimes like son, let's just relax. Let's chill. But he when he sets his mind and he gets that from me, I think, because once we find something we like, we
Mm-hmm.
become obsessed with it. Like we
Right.
want to learn 100, like we want to get into it. With boxing, I was like, same thing with him. Now with photography, like he's learning every little widget, every little thing, anything he gets into, he gets in 100. And I think he gets that part from me because when I get into something, I get it. The problem is just like he says, we'll get worn out or
Oh,
and then we're like, all right, let's go.
yeah. I can't wait to see some more photographs from Nick. Like I'm gonna definitely follow your page. But I don't think you have. You do you have social media, Nick, or your father doesn't allow you to have social media at the
Yeah,
moment?
I got my regular Instagram and I got a photography Instagram.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that from you later. Or you could we're gonna do
Yeah, we're
like
going to transition to last minute words, so that'll be an opportunity for you all to drop your IGs. So I'm going to have Manny. You can lead us, and that way Nick and Hector know what to expect, and then I'll be last. So, Manny, go ahead. The show
okay.
the work's on you for last minute
So
words.
as I always say, never let the fear of failure overcome the righteousness of success. Don't let the negativity of life and of other people stop you from pursuing your dreams, following your dreams. The road is going to be tough. It's always a tough process. Nothing nothing good is always easy. Everything good is hard to attain. So if you have it in your heart, don't let it die. As you see with Nick and Hector, like they motivate each other. Boxing, photography, like chess, man. Like what the heck? But like a lot of people fail and they're just like, well, they don't have that motivation. They don't have that support system to say, well, you can still make it. Get up, dust your butt off, and keep moving. So never let that fear of failure. Sometimes you have to support yourself. Some people don't have a support system, and you just got to keep moving. You know. You could find me on IG and Facebook, authormanurales.com. The book is still on sale and it's doing well right now. Um, so if you want to autograph copy, just hit me up. I have a fashion show coming up in November. My model page is Manuel Morales 1824. Um, I'm still doing the shorts. We just wrapped the second scene from the book, so to the movie shorts to make it into a trailer, so we could do the series. So that went very well. Like everybody was super excited. Like I
That's
put the
awesome.
behind the scenes out on my page. Once we do the voiceovers and add it to the scene, then we'll put it on IG like a little snippet of it. But yeah, man, like you just got to keep motivated. Like a lot of these things that I'm doing, especially this podcast. Like when Yessie came to me and was like, "Yo, do you want to be a co-host with me?" I was like, "Can I do it?" And at first I was skeptical, but I was like, "Yeah, I really want to do it because I wanted to start my own podcast anyway." And like it's amazing. Like we're booked all the way till April, people. Like April. We have a guest every day except for Halloween. Me and Yessie are just gonna vibe out. I'm gonna dress up. She's gonna dress up, and we're just gonna
Mhm.
hang out. But we're booked till April. It's an amazing ride, and I appreciate Yessie for including me. Like I'm in the back seat, but I'm still there. You know.
You say you're in the backseat, but no, you're right there. You do so much behind the scenes, and I appreciate that about you as well. And you're a great co-host. You're amazing. And yes, we are booked till April, but we still have at least 15 people that have been unscheduled. So that only tells you how far out we're gonna go. So just throw that out there. God is good. Whew, yes.
He is.
But
He definitely is.
those were amazing last minute words, Manny. Thank you for sharing that. Hector and Nicholas, your last minute words and social media.
I appreciate you guys having us on the show.
You're
Um,
welcome. We
It's
appreciate
always
you being on.
yeah, it's always great to share our story and hopefully it
Yes.
motivates other people. One of my favorite quote that I've used and is pain is power, pain is strength, because
Hmm.
a lot of people don't realize they live in the past and with that pain, but you should use that pain as your strength to move forward.
Right.
So we appreciate everything you guys. My son here motivates me, like you said.
Hmm.
I try to do my best for him, and of course, I focus on myself too, because you can't share your empty cup, right? You got to have
Right.
someone.
Exactly. Exactly.
So for me, I lock my IG to private, but if you guys want to follow us, it's at el underscore Borinquen underscore soldier. I'll put it somewhere, so I know it's long, and I'll let Nicholas finish it off.
Uh, I don't have many final words, but thank you for having us on, and I look to do more in the future. I'm happy to motivate people and everything. Uh, my Instagram, well, my photography Instagram is Nick Snaps Pic, but I'm gonna keep my other Instagram low key because I don't. but
So do this, Nick. Do this. So if to all the kids out there that are just like you, say something to them. Say something like just be like real with them, and tell them how you feel about the things that you're doing, and you know,
well,
Words of encouragement.
right? Words of encouragement is what I'm trying to, because there's a
well,
lot of kids out there just like you that feel like they can't be what you're doing or do what you're doing or be anything,
They're
well,
lost and all that. Yeah.
all I'd
Mhm.
say if I were to be talking to them right now is keep moving forward, keep going on with life, try to do something, make an impact in the world. Cause one thing I think about is I don't want to die and not be forgotten. Like I
Right.
want to make an impact. So I just say keep moving forward, pursue your dreams, try out new stuff. If you don't have anything right now, just look at other stuff, try it out, see. And I know everyone doesn't have the money for that if it's expensive, but if you keep working harder, it'll pay off, and you'll see the results. And as long as you just stay disciplined, and it also helps to have someone to motivate you.
Hmm.
But if you just keep staying disciplined and work hard, follow your dreams, then you'll get somewhere.
Definitely. Definitely. Inspiring. I love it. I love it.
Yes. Thank you for that. Yes. All right. So it is my turn. Last minute words. And like I usually say, the sky is never the limit because the
Yes.
galaxies are
All right.
endless, right? And for those who don't know, I discovered years ago that, and many probably know, but at that time I didn't know, the Kármán line, which is a boundary separating Earth's atmosphere from outer space. And you know that old saying, the sky's the limit? For whatever reason, when I hear that, I cringe a little because it's kind of like you're putting a barrier in yourself. And I proved that theory right because there's a Kármán line that separates Earth's atmosphere from outer space. And so, thus, I created the sky is never the limit because the galaxies, they're endless. Shout out to all the people who tuned in, who watched, who support, who
Yes.
commented. Shout out to Hector and Nicholas for being on here with Manny and I. We had another amazing episode because here at Hoy en Dia TV, we aim to motivate, enlighten, inspire, educate, and entertain because we always entertain. You know that one key? Right? Um, but with every episode, that is the purpose because we want to be that beacon of light for you. We understand that life is challenging, it's hard, no está fácil la cosa, pero queremos estar aquí to help you all out, to think differently, turn that negative into a positive. Just like with Manny's situation when we first started the show, he was dealing with the car situation. He thought positive the whole time, and voila, Dios le bendició con un carro nuevo del año. I mean, that's how it happens. Positive mindset, positiva. La mente tiene que seguir positiva para seguir por delante, right? Keep on pushing. And so, just in general, I mean, thank you all for your love, your support. Follow us. For those who have a great story to share, whether you're a business, a unique story, just like what Hector and Nick shared with us today, email us at oyendiatv@gmail.com. We can coordinate schedules. I will say we are booked out. We still have about 15 people that haven't been scheduled yet. So it's going to be a little while, but we will get you on. We will get you on. So that's the goal. But yeah, my name is Yessie Rodriguez. For those who don't know me, I'm a professional actress, model, brand ambassador. So go on Google, Internet Explorer, whatever your favorite internet browser is. Just type in Yessie Rodriguez. Voila, I'll pull up, smiling. I'll pull up so you can see who I am. And you can follow me on Facebook, Yessie Rodriguez, IG, Yessie Rodriguez, my website, yessierodriguez.com, and you can find me here at Oyendia TV. Mi gente, it has been amazing. Thank you so much. Hasta luego. Until next time.
Bye.